Ladies, we are here tonight on the show. And ladies and gentlemen, it has been announced today, just like yesterday, Nick Khan was on with Colin Coward. Today he was on with Stephen A. Smith on ESPN, where they announced the matches for WrestleMania. It will officially night one. Now they did present it as John Cena and Austin Theory headlining WrestleMania Night One and WrestleMania Night Two being headlined by Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. So a lot of people are starting to think that that they changed it, or Cody and John Cena all of a sudden main eventing Night One. But I don't know. That's the way they I think they were looking for the big name John Cena, and then on the other one, I think that's what ESPN was doing. It's their probably maybe they both of them, both ESPN and WWE way of like getting people's attention. Household names, John Cena, and I think that's what they were trying to do. I don't think that's going to be the main event. I hope it is because John Cena's been so just lazy with this feud. At least main event the damn thing. Don't show up for the first 15 minutes and then leave. I need to see more from John Cena, ladies and gentlemen, going into WrestleMania. Otherwise, I don't know, man. I'm so disappointed with Jonathan Cena in this feud with Austin Theory, and that's on the Big Daddy, not the little one. But here's the show. So, like I said, headlined by John Cena, Austin Theory, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Champion, the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the WWE Tag Team Champions, Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus and Lita versus Damage Control, 6-woman tag team match. Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Braun Strowman, the Fatal 4-Way Showdown match. The tag team match. Braun Strowman, Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus the Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. So I thought that match was going to be on the pre-show. I guess it is going to be on night one. So there's probably only 3 matches that can make. I mean, I'm thinking, how about if Dominic and Ray, either the Usos or Sami Zayn, or Dominic and Ray, honestly, but it's probably going to be Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. That might be the main event. Who knows? But those are the matches for night one. Night two, it will be, of course, the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. We got Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. We got a triple threat match, Gunther versus McIntyre versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Champion. We got Edge versus Finn Balor and Hell in a Cell. Brock Lesnar versus Omos. And then we got the woman fatal 4-way tag team match. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalia versus Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler versus Sonya Deville versus Chelsea Green. These matches are all kind of bigger, if you ask me. I think the fact that they got the Hell in a Cell match and the triple threat Intercontinental Champion match, and then of course Roman, I think night two looks better. They got that shit show of the fatal 4-way tag team match, but night two looks pretty damn good. Maybe Brock Lesnar, Omos. I mean, we'll see how that one goes, but I mean, night two got pretty good. So we'll see what happens, but so officially it was announced today on ESPN. Those will be the match order. Oh, not the match order, but at least the days. Those will be Saturday and Sunday. And then Rey Mysterio said, I'm gonna give the beating of my child and every parent. This is what he said exactly, and I quote, I beg your pardon. The beating that I'll give my son is dedicated to all those dads putting up with their kids. That was funny, man. That was funny. Let's see here. Nick Khan said expect a lot of surprises for WrestleMania, so we'll see what happens. Let's see here. Let's see any. The Hell in a Cell, like I said, I think I said this yesterday or not. It's back to being the silver one. They took the red one out. It's back to the other one. Let's see here. All right, I think we're done with this page. Let's go to a different article. We're just going all around here tonight. Let's see here. Man, everything's kind of the same shit, the same news. Oh, Fritch. Man, everybody has like the same news. Like, this is just AEW stuff that we'll get into at the end of the show. Let's see here. Oh my lord. So Tony Khan says he did an interview and we talked about MJF. He's like, the reaction were so massive. He talked about possibly thinking about turning MJF babyface. The reactions were so massive. I had to at least think about it, making MJF a babyface. But MJF is the world's best young pro wrestler and one of the best pro wrestling heels of any age I've ever seen. AEW is at its strongest when MJF at his worst as a villain. So he was thinking about when he came back, MJF, I believe it was in September, about making him a heel. About making him a babyface because of all the reactions he was getting. But he said, no, he's at his best, and as a company, we're at our best when MJF is a bad guy. Good call by Tony Khan. I don't know, man. Like, Triple H was a fantastic bad guy. And he was not that. I don't think he was quite as good as a babyface. Randy Orton, same thing, a much better heel. Roman Reigns, it seems like he's better as a heel. You know, vice versa. Stone Cold Steve Austin, fantastic babyface, not a very good heel. The Rock, same thing, fantastic babyface, not a very good heel. The one that I kind of seen do it good, probably Chris Jericho. He can be very entertaining, very likable, very funny as a babyface. Then he can also be an asshole as a heel. That's probably the best guy I ever seen at really balancing it out. But most guys are either a better babyface or a better heel. And my guess is no way he would be as good as a babyface as he's as a heel, MJF. So let's see here. Let's go around. He talked about what makes AEW great. Is you hear the wrestlers speaking in their own words. And I'm not trying to force the words into their mouth. I don't write word for word script for anybody. And we have the best talkers in the pro wrestling. Yeah, I think they just tell them, this is what you should say, but it's not word for word like WWE where they give them a script. Although supposedly Triple H was giving them more freedom. But now yesterday as it came out, the fucking highlighter's back. And that was a Vince McMahon thing. Like, I make sure you say this line. All right. Anyways, NXT got 600,000 views this past week. So good. They went over 500,000. So that's usually their range, or somewhere around from 500,000 to 700,000. So not bad for NXT. Let's see here. Let's see here. I think we're done with this article as well. Okay, we're done. Let's go over here. Let's see here. Like I said, Rey Mysterio talking about the beating that I give my son is dedicated to all those fathers that are putting up with their kids. That was hilarious. Let's see here. Let's continue to move around. Like I said, Nick Khan says expect a bunch of surprises. That's probably about it. Everybody kind of had just the same shit today. All right. I think we have one more article, and then we're ready for Dynamite recap. Kind of going fast today, because it seemed like the biggest thing today was the whole. I was looking for quotes from the Stephen A. Smith Nick Khan interview, like there was yesterday from the Colin Coward Nick Khan interview, but I don't see any quotes. I'm sure there's. I'll go watch it and see, But yeah, I was hoping for like quotes and some important stuff he said, but yeah, I couldn't find anything. So whatever. Yeah, go watch. I go watch that interview yesterday by Nick Khan and Colin Coward. Very good interview. Now it's more about the company wise. It's not so much about like they don't talk about like the story side, because Colin Coward, he's not really. I think he's a fan, but he's not like a diehard fan, so he's not as updated. So it's more about like the business side of the company. They talk about Roman Reigns being a star, Charlotte Flair, all those guys. They kind of said, I was laughing because, well, you know what? I'm going to talk about it more on my live stream tonight. I'm not going to waste my time on here. Anyways, Cody Rhodes says that talking, hey, a bunch of backstage fights in AEW. Did you ever have any in WWE now that you're back? And he said, I almost had one with Seth Rollins. Ooh, damn. My guess is Seth Rollins got pissed because he was losing all those matches last year to Cody Rhodes. So he said they almost got into a fist fight, but it didn't happen. That shit is crazy, man. Wow. He looks so classy, Cody Rhodes. Especially, he just came back, right? You would think he would be on super good behavior. And they said he almost got into a fist fight with Seth Rollins. That is crazy, man. Jesus Christ. Like I said, I think Seth was pissed. He was losing all those matches to Cody Rhodes last year. And then the other thing is, I believe it was Jon Moxley yesterday. So they had a scene backstage with Don Callis and Adam Page, and then they got attacked by Jon Moxley, Willer Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli. And they're saying, I believe it was the one they had on was Jon Moxley. They said he legit opened him wide open. They had to take Don Callis to the hospital. He had to spend the night there. Had to get a bunch of stitches. Oh man, I don't know if it was when he punched them or when he fell, but they're saying when the scene ended and you seen Don Callis with all that blood on his face, they said that was legit. Don Callis legit got hurt in that segment. That is crazy to me. Wishing Don Callis a speedy recovery, man. Oh my Lord, it probably has a concussion too. Jesus Christ, man, I don't know how that happened. Probably because he's not a wrestler. My guess is Jon Moxley didn't punch him. My guess is when he fell, he didn't know how to fall the right way because he's not a wrestler. He's probably not trained, and he fell the wrong way and hit himself on the concrete or the floor, whatever that was, and busted open his head. Man, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. So like I said, hopefully Callis recovers as fast as possible, and we see him back on TV, APP, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as possible. Jesus Christ. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are ready for Dynamite recap here tonight on a Thursday. No, let's see here. Dynamite. What the fuck is? I'm a classy man. What the fuck is happening? What was it yesterday? March 29, 2023. 2023. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Let's get this show yesterday from St. Louis, Dynamite. Right away, it starts off with a match between Matt Hardy and Jungle Boy. Good match. Nice little match started off. Jungle Boy ends up winning the match. After the match, MJF comes out. Does a really good promo talking about how, back when we had our match in 2020, I told you backstage, you and I could be like you can be my biggest rival, and you and I can run this place. I even thought we could be friends, maybe even tag team partners. But and then he tells him, "What did I tell you after that match?" And Jungle was like, "You told me to forget about everybody and just care about myself. Don't care about having friends. Don't care about the fans." And MJF is like, "You did exactly the opposite. You aligned yourself with that dinosaur. And how about that Christian Cage? How did that go for you?" And he told him, "If you would have put yourself in my situation and just cared about yourself and nobody else, you would possibly be running this company. You would be AEW World Champion." And so they're pretty much just going back and forth. Like, I'd rather be myself than be you and barely be able to look at myself in the mirror every day. And then MJF is like, "Yeah, man, I even heard your girlfriend. I don't know if they're still going out or not, but he's like, Anna Jay, she told me that you're soft, you're weak between the legs." And then Jungle Boy gets pissed. He double takes him. He takes him down. They start beating the shit out of each other. Eventually, MJF runs away. But yeah, good stuff right there, man. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're still going to do a Fatal 4-Way match, because in between the matches with when he was wrestling Matt Hardy, Jungle Boy, they were showing Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara, and they got pissed when he won. They're like, in the commentary, like, "Yeah, Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin don't want Jungle Boy to get any momentum." So yeah, I think they're still going for the Fatal 4-Way match. Maybe next week you'll have a segment with Sammy Guevara. Maybe the following week we'll have one with Darby Allin. We'll see what happens. It's good. Remember, the thing with AEW is they really like milk their feuds, especially because the pay-per-views are, they're like 2, sometimes even like 4 months. So they have a lot of time to take their time in building up the feuds. So they're going. This is not until, I believe, May 28, 29. It's Double or Nothing. So how about that's literally 2 months for this feud, anyway, to build it up. Anyways, let's move on. Then we get a trios match. The Blackpool England Combat Club. Claudio Castagnoli, Willer Yuta, John Moxley beat the shit out of Dalton Castle and the Boys. This was a squash. Pendejo face for the Boys. And then we get that's when we get the backstage segment with Madam Page getting an interview talking about the Angels. They said, yeah, Matt Jackson suffered a torn bicep and Nick Jackson suffered a separated shoulder, but they will recover and be back. So pretty much, like I said, that's the reason they didn't show them getting attacked. They just put them in the ambulance because they couldn't even do it, right? Matt Jackson legit has a broken shoulder. So they're probably going to be out for a while Matt Jackson recovers. Maybe they'll have Nick Jackson on. I don't know. But Matt Jackson's for sure not going to be on for a while if he had to get surgery and everything on his shoulder. So we'll see what direction they go with this feud now. But then he's like, who did it? What do you mean who did it? We all know who did it, referring to the Blackpool Combat Club. Then he gets attacked. Well, no, then actually Don Callis comes out like, hey, man, I want to apologize about last week, about making Kenny Omega think that you hurt me. I fell, I tripped, I'm embarrassed, I'm an idiot. I apologize. And he's about to shake his hand. And that's right as he's about to shake his hand, The Black Queen Comeback Club attacks Adam Page to beat the shit out of him. And like that's where I said that they turn around and then they beat John Callis. John Moxley punches him, and they beat the shit out of Don Callis too. So Jesus Christ, man, they're beating the shit out of everybody. The Black Queen Comeback Club. Then they go tell Kenny Omega before his match. Hey, Tony Schiavone's like, hey, don't wait for Don Callis to accompany you to the ring. He just got attacked by the Black Queen Comeback Club. He's receiving medical attention. And then, Kenny Omega can't believe he's all pissed off, but he has no choice but to go out to the ring and defend his New Japan United States Championship. So let's see here. So that's the match we got next. We got Kenny Omega versus Jeff Cobb for the New Japan United States Heavyweight Championship. Very good match, man. Hell of a match here. At the end there, Kenny Omega wins it. He retains the championship. And after the match, man, he gets surrounded by the Blackpool England Comeback Club. And right as he's going to get attacked by them, Bryan Danielson shows up. For the first time since Revolution, Bryan Danielson is back. At first, he tells the Blackpool England Comeback Club to back out. And he helps Kenny Omega to his feet. And then he helps him off. And then it looks like he's on his side. And then Kenny Omega starts staring down the Blackpool England Comeback Club. And then Bryan Danielson, man, he's going to hit him. And then he turns around and he hits him with the running knees. And he takes him out. He puts him in the label lock. And so officially, Bryan Danielson, alongside with the rest of the Blackpool England Comeback Club, have turn heel. The referees are coming out, the security to try to stop this beating, but Bryan Danielson continues to apply the label lock. The other guys are beating the shit out of the security. Great stuff here, man. So officially they are heels. Again, I don't know where they're going to go now because now the Young Bucks, at least Matt Jackson, is not going to be available for Double or Nothing. So we'll see where they go from here, man. But they, like I said, it's still alive. They attack Kenny Omega. They attack Adam Page. They even attack Don Callis. Wow, man. This is a great feud. Great ass feud, man. And then we get the International Championship match. The Butcher versus Orange Cassidy. Another good match, man. At the end, man, Orange Cassidy retains it. Orange Cassidy freaking retains it, man. Good ass match again. And then we get we get a women's match. I think you battled on Robbie Suho versus Willow Nalgas. Another good match, man, but obviously they got Toni Storm and Saraya out there with Ruby Soho. They help her. Ruby Soho cheats. That's how she wins the match. I think she's grabbing onto the ropes for leverage, and that's how she cheats and wins the match, Ruby Soho. After the match, Saraya and Toni Storm, along with Ruby Soho, get in there. They're still trying to attack Willow Nalgas. And then they try to put the chair on her to hit her with the knee. And then here comes Rio and Sky Blue come out. And they look like pendejos because they get the shipping out of them really quick. And then they go back, they turn their attention back to Willow Nalgas. And then here comes Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter comes out and she takes everybody out. So these other two women, Sky Blue and Rio, couldn't do nothing, but then Jamie Hayter, she takes out all three of them by herself. Jesus Christ. Pendejo face for Sky Blue and Rio. How old is Rio? She looks like she should be in school. She's so small, man, Rio. But anyways, man, good to see Jamie Hayter back. I was wondering I think she had to go back to England to fix her visa. I was wondering how long she was going to take. Good to see her back on TV, our women's champion, Jamie Hayter. And that was it for that. So a good little segment with the woman. And then we get the main event. Adam Cole, for the first time since what, like June, July, wrestles versus Daniel Garcia. Good match. Damn, I'm like, Jesus Christ. He took it towards the end of the match. Daniel Garcia, 2-stone pellet driver him. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I mean, he must be completely healthy if they're doing that. At the end, obviously, Adam Cole wins. At the end, Britt Baker comes out. They celebrate together. They got confetti coming out. Everybody's happy. Adam Cole's back in the ring after 9 months. But then Chris Jericho's music hits. He comes out, and everybody thinking he's going to come attack or confront. Maybe he's have to say something to Adam Cole. Nope, he just comes on, and he helps Daniel Garcia up. He takes Daniel Garcia to the back. He keeps looking at Adam Cole, but doesn't say much. And then he just walks away. And that's basically in the show. Then Adam Cole and Britt Baker just continue to celebrate. And that's pretty much the end. The main event, I think I guess, okay, something mattered at the end with Chris Jericho coming out. Because it was more of a feel-good story. We're all happy that Adam Cole's finally back. It wasn't that good. The match was okay. I mean, you cut the guy some slack. First match in almost a year, whatever. But like I said, not the greatest main event, but you get it. It's the guy's first match in 9 months. And like at the end, I thought they did a good job by at least having Chris Jericho come out and potentially planting the seeds for a feud between Adam Cole and Chris Jericho. So it wasn't too bad, I guess. And that's basically about it. It was a very good show, ladies and gentlemen. I thought it was a very good show. Obviously the Blackpool angle, well, the beginning with MJF and Jungle Boy, and then the Blackpool angle continued to attack Adam Page, Don Callis, Bryan Danielson comes back. They officially are all heel, attacking Kenny Omega after his match. Those feuds are probably the best two going on right now. The MJF, and assuming he's gonna have that fatal 4-way match with Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy, and Darby Allin, and then the Blackpool Union Club and the Elites. Like I said, I don't know what's gonna happen now with the Young Bucks, though. So we'll see where they go from there. But maybe he can recover. He has 2 months. They're saying it's only partially teared. So maybe Matt Jackson can recover. We'll see. But I'm very excited, man. Let's see what happens. Let's see what they do now with Chris Jericho and Adam Cole. But let's see. Good show. But until next time, holla.